Hello viewers, we are back once again with the vintage Westinghouse air conditioner. Today we're going to be cleaning the fan blades, which are quite dirty, and we're also going to service the motor, so we'll clean out the bearings and lubricate them and put the motor back together. Okay, so in regards to the motor, this is at a bad angle here. The half of the motor slid out. This half is right here, and I don't want to detach it from the winding, so we're just going to clean it as it is. And then this side here, this is the outdoor side, so it's got a little more dirt on it. There's a washer here, which I believe will just pull off. And this is like a bearing protection, so dirt doesn't get in there as much. And then I'm going to see if I can clean this off real good, and perhaps slide this side off as well. You know what's remarkable about these bearings is that they're not ball bearings, they're regular sleeve bearings. And after 50-something years of use and probably no service, they spin almost flawlessly still. So I'm going to wash this off with some detergent oil. This is not the kind of oil that goes into the bearings, but for cleaning it does well. And let's see if I can get the rust off of here. I don't think it's going to come off enough to remove the shaft. Have to sand it off, and I really have no desire to do that. Yeah, that's too rough. I don't really want to drag the surface of the bearing over that. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that alone. And what I'll do is I'll put some oil in here. And it looks like there's actually another piece in there. You can kind of see it if I push it forward. That looks like that's another kind of bearing protection mechanism to keep dust and dirt out. So, I'm not exactly sure how this is going to get oiled. I believe that would be the oil port, though I don't really know where it goes to. Or that could just be a moisture drain hole. Oh, there's informations on here. Unfortunately, they're kind of illegible at this point. Well, anyways, let's get that oil into there. And then clean the other side because I can. And then we'll put this back together, and then we can give it another test run. Doesn't seem like it's freeing up at all. Not that it really wasn't free before, but I'd like to get at it from this side somehow, but it's so hard to see where it meets the shaft, or where it meets the bearing, because the stator's in the way, or not the rotor's in the way. I think I can kind of see it. Yeah, I can see it now. Alright, let's see if I can get some drops of oil in there. There we go, now it's starting to free up. I'm going to put an awful lot in here because I don't really want to have to do this again anytime soon. Alright, that's pretty good. And I did drip some on the stator, or the rotor. Keep getting confused. The rotor, we'll clean that off. And, okay. Slide this piece back over. Actually, I want to make sure I get all the excess oil off of this side, because that's just going to attract dust. Slide this back on there. There we go. And this can be cleaned off too. Yeah, this really can't be seen, so it's probably not worth spending too much time on, but let's get the bulk of it off. I think that's good enough for me. Actually, what I will do here is, when I'm done, I'll put a coat of oil on it just to help prevent the rust. Okay, I'm going to get a new ticker towel. We'll clean this bearing and shaft side off. Okay, that looks pretty good. The bearings really was nothing wrong with them to begin with, so I'm not going to go too crazy with anything besides just a basic oiling. Go ahead and clean this off though, this is a little dirty. Okay. And I always like to put oil in between all these washers just so that they can spin freely as well if need be. Okay, so now we're ready to put this back in. Okay, and now where's the other bolt? Here it is. This was not very tight when I first took it off, so I'm not going to put it back very tight either. This is very awkward to work with the wires attached like that. Alright, so now we'll get the motor back in place, and this is my least favorite part because I don't like manipulating the condenser like this. Okay. Okay, I guess it's a different socket. And where exactly that socket is absolutely unbeknownst to me. And now it's known.